So here we are again, and this time with Dimitris Michalakis, a dear old friend. Not so old, but friend. Really? Yeah?
For the past 5 years.
Yes.
A recent friendship.
Yes.
Yes.
So it sounds like we're young when you say 5 years.
Of course.
Oh, good. So Dimitris is heading the production and, well, he's Cosmote, which is a local player in Greece, but
Okay.
Part of Deutsche Telekom,
Yes.
and the only telecom entity that produces
Yes.
content for TV, shows, for telcos. You won an Emmy.
But not for a Cosmote original, it was for Apple TV.
Okay, so
As
that
a
means
producer.
that you are heavy into production for serious players like Apple TV.
It is, yes, it's something which really was, let's say, something that paid off, and it started very, very risky, and it really paid off. So thank you for inviting me. I'm the head of Cosmote TV and not Cosmote. And actually, we have become a case for the Telekom group, which we are more or less like an outlier for the rest of the group, because we are the only company that is so deep into media and into content. We have evolved to become a broadcaster within a pure telco, and this has paid off for us for all these years. Actually, we started back in 2016 when we launched our first productions for a Greek documentary channel, and now we have already done 160 docu-series for this channel, which are originals. We have even done a co-production with National Geographic, which is also on the feed of the channel globally. We have, in this series, we also started doing docudrama, and then this more or less was a natural migration for us to see if we can do scripted. And back in 19, we launched our first series, which was called, in Greek, it's called Teteros Ego, and it is The Other Me in English, and it was based on a movie that was one of the biggest successes in the Greek industry. And we spinned it off to series, which was actually done at a point in time where in the Greek market, you only could see reality shows and no scripted drama. It was nothing. And actually, it was the first scripted series that started after the Greek crisis, and it was very successful. And we were supported also by a cash rebate scheme, which was introduced in Greece some years ago, and it gave 40% cash back on the investment, and this allowed us to, justify internally.
40% is a lot. Yes.
Very good. And actually, we further monetize it by selling it after there is a window for the Greek free TV, and at the same time we monetize it with a second window in the free TV, and also at the same time, obviously, from our customers. So this is giving us, let's say, the ability to be now in the production. It's very small. It's only 2 to 3 series per year. We wanted it to be more than 5 or 6, but most of the content budget goes to sports because this is the main driver for TV. And actually, this is something that maybe we could be discussing. I mean, how we can shift somehow the spending from only sports towards productions and still remain relevant.
Maybe co-productions?
Yes. We have done co-productions as well. We have co-produced more than 50 Greek movies. Yes. Maybe we can show a video with what we have done.
Yes, please. Can we show the video of what Cosmote has done?
I'm going to tell you a story.
Oh, hello.
And action.
Feel the power inside you. Power is you.
You are watching WRC exclusively on Cosmote TV.
NBA Sundays αποκλειστικά στην Cosmote TV.
Δείτε του Arsenal Olympiacos μόνο στον OT TV.
Hi, I'm James Harden. You're watching the NBA exclusively on Cosmote TV.
Αυτό δεν το έχεις ξαναδεί.
Copy that.
Trust me.
That was something new.
Watching Mr. Robot exclusively on OT TV.
I love Greece.
I'm so honored to be here.
Acting is doing.
All the best and success for tonight.
Thank you, man. It's amazing. It's a blessing. How about that?
Tikanis.
Hello. You see?
Voila. The secret to my success? Luck, hard work, and having great mentors. Cosmote TV.
It's a perfect cooperation between us.
End of story.
You can clap.
Very impressive.
So this is the way that we have grown. It's a holistic approach on the business, and yes, it's.
This is really amazing. I liked it a lot. Let me ask you, you're in production now of something that would interest me personally, about a serial killer, the Greek one.
Well, yes, we're now producing the story, which is a true story of the first Greek mass killer, not serial. He was a mass killer.
He was a mass killer.
And it was back in 1908.
I thought he was a serial. It would be better if he was a serial.
Maybe yes, maybe no. But it is a true story which it's shot on location in a very beautiful Greek island, and we have big expectations. It's a 6-episode mini-series, and we believe it's going to be very good.
When will it be finished?
It's as we speak, we are shooting, and it's going to be ready by the end of the year.
Okay. Yeah. Can I have the,
of course,
sneak peek, something?
Of course you will have, of course. So, yes.
What else do you want to say about not your job, but about you? You're married. You have 2 children.
Okay. Yes, I have 2 children. I'm married, and maybe this.
And you know what?
Is a notification.
I always invite Dimitris. Always. He always says he will come. And then something comes up.
Yes.
And he doesn't come. But
well, Greek market is a bit of a difficult market.
It's hectic.
So this is why many things are happening, and the intention is always to come, and unfortunately...
Yes, But he did come twice, 3 times.
Yes.
I don't know how many. But he is here.
I think one of the challenges that everybody's facing, and maybe it would be worth discussing, is about how, being a regional or a local player like us can stay relevant in these times where you have the wars with the streaming players and the imminent consolidation maybe. And at the same time, you have the big tech companies entering into sports and getting your actual driver for having a big subscriber base locally. So I think this is one of the reasons why we started creating original content, because we have to see how we create this expertise.
To stand out somehow, right?
We have to create a differentiation, and we have to create a balance by which we will continue to be relevant in the younger audiences, because younger audiences also watch TV driven by sports, but when it comes to pay TV, like us considered to be a local, let's say, traditional player, we are not easily in the picture. And the production of some edgy series and shows is allowing us to become more relevant and be discussed on their social media, and allow us to, to create a space for us to grow in younger generations.
Maybe you should tell that to the other telcos.
Yes, maybe we should tell this generally as telcos that you have to decide. In the end of the day, as a telco, you have to decide you are either in the TV business properly or you are totally out of the business. I mean, this is a strategy as well. So if you are focused on TV, you have to be focused and invest in order to see it produce a result. But if you are not so focused and you want only to focus on 5G and the fiber rollout, that is fine. You do only that. Doing just something in the middle doesn't make any sense. This is my, let's say, take.
Yeah, I agree. But still, I think that there are a lot of telcos that should do it, because now the law is allowing it. I'm talking about Croatia. Yeah. I think we had some talks last year here about telcos going into production. What I see as a problem is that the telcos don't have the know-how. They don't know how to do it. So they're afraid and they want to see the end result, the financing. When will I get this? Let me just take out my crystal ball and,
What the telcos don't realize is that, because it's always, everything is driven on the result and the P&L, assessing the possibility of having a successful content creation is something which is difficult in financial terms. So actually, this is a big challenge for all the companies, or for all the TV units within telcos. For us, it has worked so far because we are also a standalone TV unit, and we are not just a part of a product organization.
It's something like Movistar, or?
You could say that, but we unfortunately don't have the same budget because we don't have the same addressable market.
Yeah.
And Movistar is, for me, a perfect example of how telcos should be positioned in content creation.
Because it is an arm of Telefonica.
Yes.
And in charge only of production.
And you had the speaker
Maria
previously talking about it. Yes.
Chapeau. And this is a really good example of how. Do you want to say anything more now about the business?
Not about the business.
No, now about
now
the
about
business.
the business. Okay. For me, the big challenge for us going forward is how we can manage our positioning in the content space, because you see that. It's getting more expensive and more expensive all the time to go for sports. Sports remain a main driver for acquisition of customers in pay TV, in local pay TV operators. And so you have to see how you deal with content which is available from the studios, because now you see that the studios starting doing D2C. Now they're thinking of maybe doing less D2C and giving us more content. The thing is how much we can afford for content, because they always come and say linear as well, but for us, for instance, linear is dying. There is no point in linear.
Is it?
Yes, I'm not talking about fast. Fast is a different situation, but traditional linear channels are not relevant anymore because the audiences want to watch sports, movies, series, and documentaries. They can watch, on demand the documentaries that they can find on the platform. So nobody really watches the linear channels anymore. So for me, this is something that we have to work out with our partners on how we can still have a minimum of linear channels on our platform in order to try and see how we can both get more out of on-demand content apart from the sports, which is live.
What do you think about the cost of sports?
The cost of sports is a matter of demand and, how much we want it also. How much demand we have in each market. And the cost of sports is getting higher and higher because of the competition of the local operators. And I think that you see now that there is a plateau which is hit from many operators. I mean, we cannot sustain these levels of spending anymore. It's not making really money for anybody. If you see it sports only, if you see it in other lines of business, you obviously see some kind of synergies. But sports only is very tough to monetize with these budgets that are now on the table for all the telcos, not only smaller telcos than us. And at the same time, you see also streamers potentially thinking of entering more and more sports. And it's gonna be, I guess, a very big challenge for all of the market to see how we come to a point.
Yeah, they also want to incorporate sports, right?
Exactly. How we come to a point that there is a win-win situation, so that it's not more or less the sports are funded by the telcos and they are not making standalone
they will
return.
Raise, I think, their prices if they incorporate sports. So,
who?
The streamers, let's say.
Yes, of course. I mean, they could be raising their prices, yes. Depending on the market. Depending on the market. There is always the elasticity of demand, and there is always...
Either way, this is going to be costly, all of it.
Yes.
Dimitris, thank you so much.
Thank you also.